Preparing to live stream.
Your business is critical. That's why we made Lenovo Pro to serve as
Automatically loads up a commercial. Yes, that's exactly what I want, is to watch a commercial after.
Yeah, that's just what you need.
There we go.
I think we're live.
All right. I don't have the chat set up on my, oh, I guess it's not right next to it. There we go. Can I pop out the chat?
Yeah, I'm trying to do the same.
Pop out chat. Yeah, there we go.
All right. Hi, everyone.
How you guys doing? Thanks for coming to the chat.
Good.
I've got Dave from Mash IT here with me.
Hey, everyone.
Let's see, maybe we'll answer a few questions first as we let some people kind of roll on in here. Let's see. Fadzum, how's it going? Good to see you. Tomo, good to see you. I shared some of my benchmarks on the comment thread. What do you think so far, Josh?
Yeah, good. Thank you, mate. Hey, Lee, how you doing? Not a problem.
Super happy that I won the mic and excited it's arriving 7 days before my birthday. Oh, wow. So it's, I think I sent it out 2 days ago. For everybody that's wondering what we're talking about, Tomo was the one that won the TC40 microphone that I reviewed. I had a comment in there that said, respond to this comment and you could win the microphone. The actual winner was somebody else originally, and they didn't respond to my messages on how to get the microphone. So I rolled the dice again.
Reviews are on the way. Been a busy old week.
I've been waiting for your review for the X17 and the X15 R2s. Well, I actually have not preferred. Oh, you might be talking to David.
Yeah.
I haven't purchased the X15, so you guys will need to go to David for all the other X's. I got a comment, but it was Justin from Discord. Okay, so that's one thing that I want to address here is I don't know what's going on, but there's somebody with the name Justin Tech Tips from Telegram, and they're spamming comments on many of my YouTube videos. That's not me. I've reported that person. I've blocked them from the channel, but somehow their messages still keep coming in, so I'm not sure what's going on with that. I reported them. I don't know how to get those type of people gone for good. It seems like it's the same exact account too. There was another name too. I forgot what that name was, that was spamming the comments, but his went away. Figured it was a scammer. All right, I think we've got 58 on here now. I think 4 minutes into it, we can go ahead.
I think Irish Arcade. It's a bit early to say yet. I mean, Justin and I have both got the X17s. Justin, you getting the G76? You getting that this year?
Yeah, I'm going to be getting that one. I think it's available next month. You can pre-order it right now.
Yeah.
I haven't ordered it yet just because it's not available to actually purchase.
It's so
yet.
Expensive in the UK as well. So yeah, I probably won't be getting that one in.
It's pretty expensive. Why is written Justin's iPhone 13 Pro Max on Justin's screen? That is, so in order, we're actually doing this through Zoom so we can do a simul stream. That was the quickest way that I found out how to do this. So my actual camera on my face is with a different input. That's from my phone. and then I'm streaming with a stream card all of the actual footage from the new X17 into my main streaming computer. So that's just my webcam part.
Don't know about the RAM yet. We haven't been able to get hold of anything faster than 4,800, so you have to bear with us on that one. We will test it though.
Yeah, I'm assuming that's going to be the max that they're going to have available. Have you done a test on the C drive yet as far as speeds, David?
Sorry, C drives. What is in RAM? What are you talking about? Sorry.
No, the SSD drive to see the speeds.
Yeah, they're pretty good. 7,000 read and 5,000 write, but it depends.
Okay.
We've got 3 units in so far, and they weren't all the same brand. Let me just tell you what we got.
Yeah, I got I think 60. I think I got 6,000 on mine.
Yeah, we've got 2 Western Digital SN810s, which is like the OEM version of the 850. That was the quicker drives, but we also got, and I think it was an SK Hynix, which was a lot slower.
Yeah, I was getting 6,800 about on the read.
Yeah, that's very much what we got. Yeah, you've probably got the SN810 there, isn't it? But there's also, I've got a Kioxia, which I think is SK Hynix, I believe. And that's much slower. So again, typical Dell lottery. With regards to the RAM, the X15 has the soldered on RAM, but that's 5,200. So I am going to be testing that versus the 4,800 of the X17 coming up soon.
Been watching you guys exclusively regarding Alienwares for a year now. Still don't have the money to buy one. That's unfortunately,
yeah, they are expensive.
The way a lot of people are. Sometimes people watch these videos just for the vicarious living.
Don't even. Yeah, I want full keyboard as well. I think those days are gone. They seem to be standardizing on this same keyboard for every model.
It looks like it just moved our windows to where my computer is above you now.
Oh yeah,
that's weird. Wonder how that happened. Because on my Zoom on my actual computer, it shows the right way. That's weird. Oh well.
Anyway, X14. I've got one on order, by the way. It's in production at the moment. They've only just released today in the UK. Have you seen the price? The headphones are 190 UK pounds.
Ooh.
Absolutely crazy. Probably will get them in, but it is expensive for a set of headphones. I mean, that makes Razer look cheap.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
I'm really happy with the SteelSeries Arctic Pro that I got. I actually got these refurbished on Amazon for $100, but I think they normally run over $200.
Yeah, they're well expensive.
But I love these headphones because they've got this perfect feedback inside the headset, where you can actually hear the quality of your own voice and how it's going to sound to everybody else on YouTube. A lot of the headphones that I've used, it doesn't give you an accurate representation in your actual ears, or there's a delay, which gets even more confusing. But I think we can go ahead and hit start on this multi-core and Cinebench.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for it. Hold on then.
Run these side by side while we're still answering some more comments.
Okay, you ready?
Yep. And go. And they're off.
Now I've got the i9 and Justin has the i7. What I've noticed so far is my i9 isn't the best. I don't know if it's a thermal paste they've provided or if I've just lost the silicon lottery, but it isn't the best chip, I'm afraid. But they seem to run at about 130 odd watts sustained on these machines, which is pretty good.
Are you are you doing some thermal throttle, or are you doing?
I'm just running throttle stop. It just shows you the temps.
Okay, so you're not doing any undervolting on that one?
No. The i9 is unlocked though, whereas the i7 is completely locked.
Right. Yeah, I downloaded throttle stop, and then when I went in there,
I can't do a thing, can you, on the i7?
I cried a little bit when I saw that grayed out.
Which is a shame because last year, obviously, you could even overclock the 11,800, which was quite good.
Yeah.
Now this year, I mean, the i9 is unlocked, but you can't do a great deal with it anyway. And they've got BIOS options if you've got the i9 where you can actually overclock it in BIOS. And again, maybe it's because I haven't got the best chip. It doesn't really do a lot. So it's a bit of a shame, really.
Heat. Looking forward to that part. Yeah, it's from some of the earlier tests that I've done. They are pretty hot.
The thing is, though, with Dell, they allow you to have full wattage. Whereas if you get a Razer, they cap your wattage. So, you know, it doesn't get as hot, but they'll cap you to maybe 80 watts. Dell does allow you to have that full 130 watts on this chip, which is quite impressive. I mean, it still is quite a slim chassis.
Yeah, and for those of you that are curious, I believe the TDP on the new 3080 Ti's is now 175 versus the 165 from last year.
Yeah. I must admit, Justin, I don't know about you, but I haven't seen a great deal of difference over the 3080. It's a bit disappointing.
Yeah.
Considering the price.
Yeah, on Dell, I think it was about $100 more than the 3080 X or the X17 R1 3080 from last year. Both of those are near $1,000 spec for spec below what this year's model is. So yeah, it's just so far it doesn't really make sense. I think
not for the price.
Our reviews are going to be more for the future. I think for people looking to get this,
it's the early adopter tax.
Yeah, once they come down in price, because right now it doesn't make a lot of sense. I still love. I mean, somebody said online that they talked to support and the RGB touchpad is coming to the R2.
Oh, really?
I don't know if that's a rumor or not, or if they're just giving them false hopes and dreams. But if that's the case, and that's awesome. That was one thing that made me really sad about this new release. Because if it was me, I would go and buy the R1 in a heartbeat before this one so far. Thermal pasting on my 3090 worked wonders on my R13 temps. Thank you. Mining is more efficient, also quieter. Nice. Glad that could help you. Yeah, that was a fun one. That was my first repasting video. But I think I watched like 5 repasting videos before deciding how I wanted to do that one. Yeah, there's a lot of prep work that me and David do that doesn't really get seen, but we put a lot of thought into these videos.
Yeah, it's a lot of work for the 10 minutes of the output of the video, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, with the R2, they've got this new Dolby software, and I have to be honest, I'm not that impressed so far. Especially the X17, the speakers are not great at all. Yeah,
they're quite a bit worse from what I've noticed on the X17 that I had last year.
Yeah,
they're a lot louder.
Yeah, they're louder, but it's just, I don't know if it's a software, maybe it's a bug, but they don't sound great, do they?
I watched some HD trailers, and every time The Rock came in on a trailer, that like low voice, it just distorted like crazy. And then I'll show in my full review too, where anytime there's an alert on Windows, those alerts, every single one of them, whatever pitch that was, whatever frequency that is, there's some sort of weird distortion in the speakers themselves.
Alexander, you talk about the idle noise or a bit of a whine. I'm not quite sure what you're talking about there.
Yeah, somebody asked me about that on last year's model, and I didn't really notice a whine on mine. Are you guys going to be doing separate individual reviews? Yep. Oh, you already answered that.
That is true, yeah. Razor blade speakers are dreadful as well. Hey, the drivers are coming for the Razor blade speakers, don't worry. Right, X15R1 versus... Right, well, the good thing about the X15R2 is you've got a much better TGP for the actual graphics card. So I probably would get the R2, and again, it depends on price. If they've got a great price for the R1, you might want to pick that one up, but otherwise get the R2, because the X15 is quite a big upgrade over the X15R1, unlike the X17. Area 51s. Yeah, I think R2's been discontinued, which is a real shame because that is still my favorite Alienware, I have to be honest. With the slight high-pitched whine, I think the trouble with the 4 fans, the 2 smaller fans do have a bit more of a whine, and when those kick in, you can hear it. But to be fair, mine isn't bad at all. I don't mind the fan noise. Forza 4, I believe we've got tonight.
Do you think I can run my games at stock temps and be safe for long term on the X17 R2?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah.
It is designed for that.
Yeah, it's really awesome being able to have David on this stream, because anytime I start these reviews, anytime there's something that's doesn't feel right on the computer, I always second guess whether it's just this machine and I'm falsely bad mouthing a great computer because of something within the silicon lottery that just didn't work out for me. But it's nice to have these collaborations to make sure that we're saying the right things about these computers.
It is nice having someone to bounce off as well, isn't it? Really, just to ask questions as well.
Yeah, when I asked you that question about the speakers today, it sounded like maybe my speakers, like they just sent me speakers that just were not connected right, and then there's something vibrating. But to hear that somebody else is having that same exact thing is pretty nice.
I actually got 2 X17s. Well, my friend's got one as well, and it was nice to be able to compare the speakers, because I honestly thought there was a problem with my speakers.
So they sound pretty much identical on yours and his?
Unfortunately. As far as I'm aware, the i7 still gets the Element 31. It was only last year the X15R1, the 3060 model, didn't get the Element 31, and it also had a lower TGP. It's like they deliberately gimped the base model of the X15 last year. I don't think they're doing that this year. It's got much better TGP on all the models. It's true. Laptop or PC and why? Right, well, if you're always sitting at a desk, get a PC. It's always going to save you the money. If you're going to be going from place to place and you want to game on your laptop, then get a laptop. Simple as that.
Yeah, as a parent that is constantly getting tagged in to watch the kids in the family room versus working in the bedroom and vice versa, it's definitely better for me to get a high performance laptop going back and forth. I tested out the Aurora R13. The performance was a little bit lower than what I expected for a machine that caliber. But I do have a Corsair computer that I've done an unboxing for. It's testing pretty well. It's I think I'm gonna recommend that one above the R13 once I finally finish the review on that. But currently I've got a lot of computers resting in this house that I need to finish up on. I'll probably do a bunch of recordings for those and then edit those all at the same time, because I have a limited amount of time that I have with these computers.
Yeah, I mean, the X17 was probably the best PC from last year. Definitely 17-inch gaming laptop.
Mm-hmm.
And I think with this X17R2, it's just the price is the only thing going against it, really.
Yeah, the price and the touchpad, and for some reason the speakers not. I mean,
I do wonder if part of that is to use that new Dolby software they put in, because obviously we just had the standard Alienware sound drivers last year.
It could be. I mean, I even put them at 50% and it still sounded muffled. And I thought I went in there and disabled the Dolby Atmos stuff, but I guess maybe you have to actually uninstall it for that to.
Review will be done, right? Well, do you know what? Funny enough, I've actually got Gary working away in the background on the review whilst I'm chatting here with Justin. So don't worry, we're on it.
15,791. What'd you get, David?
Right, I got 16,992.
Okay.
What did you get, sorry, Justin?
I got 15,791.
Now, if I put it on full fans, I can get up to about, my best score is about 18,000. and 50, I think, is the best score I've got on the Max fans. But it's a bit painful.
You go ahead and run the single core.
Oh, yeah. You ready?
Yep. And we'll show you guys temps and stuff more on the actual gaming benchmarks, because we have the same exact afterburner settings. So we can kind of compare those side by side as well, as far as
if you look
speeds.
At the throttle stop as well, you can see that we've got a max wattage of 152 watts with the burst wattage on these CPUs. And it will sit at about between 125 watts and 130 watts on full load, whether it's the i7 or the i9. So in a lot of cases, I would definitely recommend the i7 over the i9.
Yeah, it's typically what I do for most laptops. Is it seems as though the i9 is just too hot and too expensive for what you get in such a small body.
Bought an X17R1 38T. I'm just thinking, should I return it? In all honesty, I mean, for £500, I'd keep your original laptop. I will do an X17R1 versus R2 and benchmark some games. If you're just playing games, I would recommend you keep your R1. You've got that RGB touchpad, and gaming performance probably within 10%. So I would say keep your R1 and keep £500. Maybe upgrade when an R3 or R4 comes out. It is all Dolby Atmos. Yeah, that's right, Josh. Now the X15R1, that's a different matter, because the X15R1's got quite a lower TGP, so you get quite a boost with the X15R2. Why was your stock TPL capped at 75? It shouldn't be capped at 75 watts. So you're running in quiet mode or something? My balanced and performance goes up to about 120, 130 watts on load. Yeah, the power supply. Yeah, that power supply is well worth the extra money for the R2.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Guitar guy, yeah, definitely. The trouble with Command Center is it's polling your graphics card and your CPU all the time. So yeah, definitely lowers your score. So definitely turn that off. Same with battery. If you were running on battery, never have Alienware Command Center open. Battery life, I mean, Justin and I getting a little bit different. I'm getting about just under 5 hours of battery life. I think, what was you getting, Justin?
I was getting 4 hours. I got 4 hours and 10 minutes doing HD streaming.
Yeah.
And then when I just ran a video on loop on my desktop overnight, that lasted about 7 hours.
Oh, okay. Joseph, yeah, I mean, if you can justify it with the work, the i9 might be a bit of a boost, especially like the single core. You're going to get some nice boost on the single core. Maybe if you're compiling software and you can justify it through work, but otherwise pick up the i7. Right, do these laptops have Dolby Vision and 12-bit color? I don't think, Justin, you got the 360 panel there, haven't you? I've got the base panel here. Is yours got 12-bit? I didn't think it was.
No, I don't think it has 12-bit.
I think it's got Dolby Vision. I just don't think it's got 12-bit. X15R1. Yeah, definitely stay with X15R1 if you've got the 38C. The X15R1 had 110 watts on the TGP anyway, so that's well worth it.
How much RAM does it use, or how much can you get up to? Because the max that I usually get in a game, I think, is about 16 gigabytes is the max RAM that I ever see getting used in a game. But to future-proof yourself, I think it's good to get 32. I don't think you technically need more than 16, honestly, for gaming. If you're doing Adobe creative apps, doing any editing or things like that, or 3ds Max software, it's probably going to be worth it. What's the effect of these high temperatures on the lifespan? Well, I have an X17 R3, and it's constantly pinging 100 degrees, and it hasn't dumped on me yet. I've had it for about 2 years.
They are designed. They're designed to hit those temps.
Yeah, it throttles like crazy. I'm going to be doing a video as well on kind of cleaning out the fans. I'm going to be repasting my R3 as well, just to see how much more of a performance boost I can gain back.
Joseph, right, if you're buying RAM, if you're buying it with the machine and it's DDR5, I recommend probably get 32 gigabytes through Dell at the moment, because DDR5 RAM is really hard to get hold of. And 32 gigabyte, especially if you're spending this much money on a computer anyway, I definitely reckon it's worth it at the moment.
I feel like we could make a business buying Dell computers for parts and then just go and sell DDR5 RAM all over the place.
Oh, it's so expensive at the moment.
Sell the GPUs.
Okay.
On energy profile.
Do you know, I've heard of a couple of other people with that as well. If you update it, I believe that sorts that bug out. A couple of other people on Reddit I've spoken to have had the same bug. Make sure you've got everything updated on the laptop and then update Alienware Command Center. It should add that profile or the rest of the profiles in. Lucas, no, you don't need to clean them every few months unless you're in a very dusty environment. You can normally see, if you take the base plate off, which is really easy to do, you can see the state of your fans. Maybe get a bit of dust or gas in there if it is starting to clog up.
So Dave, you're saying on your energy profile in your Alienware Command Center, yours doesn't say balanced?
No, some people are getting it when they're first to get their laptop. It only has balanced.
Yeah, that's the way mine is right now.
Well,
mine only has balanced.
What, your Alienware Command Center?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, in the energy profile. Yeah, I've got more than that. Bear with me. We did have. Oh God, so have I. I did have more than that. This must have been since I've updated it. No, okay, sorry, I've got the same now. When I first had it, I had high performance in there as well.
Yeah, maybe it was one of those necessary updates that then messed things up.
Yeah.
So I wonder, when you first ran your original benchmarks, was it with high performance mode on your energy profile?
I don't do it in anyway. I always do it in Windows anyway. I don't use that in anyway.
Okay, I wonder if it probably doesn't make much of a difference, because every time I go within the Windows profile, all it really gives me is the option to turn off the screen or dim it when.
Yeah, they've changed it since Windows 11, haven't they?
Love the background on your usual videos. Used to think it was real till the green screen. Well, thank you. Appreciate it. It's nice when I've been able to make it look like it's actually
does look
there.
Really good, I have to be honest. I'm jealous. We might steal it.
Yeah, they've got a bunch of them on Envato. A bunch of really cool ones. But I kind of like to tend to stick to the same one, just to kind of keep a theme that gets recognizable. Gaming on 4K on what kind of FPS? My 15R3, I get 20 to 40 FPS, 2070 Super and i7. I did a test on my unboxing video, 4K. I can't exactly remember what those numbers were off the top of my head, but if you go to that video at the end, you can see the numbers that I was getting for 4K. And the way that I did that was just by the same way we're doing the 1080p right now, is we're doing a streaming card going into another computer. Everybody was questioning how that was possible when the display is only 1080p, but you can definitely run this with 4K on a different monitor. Wow, the single core is I don't remember those. It's a long.
Stupidly forgot mine didn't go off for some reason. I've just set it off now. Too busy looking at comments. Definitely, the X series is a much better build quality than the M series.
Zexu, appreciate that.
Yeah.
Is it true that NVIDIA does not cap FPS to 30 when unplugged this time around? Oh, I have not tested that.
I haven't tested that, but it's usually a setting in GeForce Experience anyway. You can change it in GeForce Experience.
Oh, have you been able to do that? I've tried to figure that out on previous laptops on how to get above 30 when unplugged.
Okay. There's a setting in there where you can change it on battery. Yeah, it's quite handy. The trouble is it kills your battery anyway, so you don't want to have it too high.
Have you noticed a significant improvement above 30 frames per second when you've run those tests?
I mean, it depends on the game you're playing on, but yeah, I mean, some of the lightweight games, if you're playing Dota or some strategy games, then yeah, absolutely. But if you're playing something quite heavy, then there's not even any point doing it.
Yeah.
It just kills your battery. We are planning on doing more, collaborations for sure. I know Justin is really shooting up there with the subs.
Yeah, it's really excited seeing that.
Yeah, the old 17s were built like absolute tanks. The X17 quality is still good, though, I have to be honest. It's a solid laptop.
Yeah, we should be doing another collaboration like this for the M17. Was it the M17 R6 when it comes out?
Yeah,
Or is it the R5? That's right.
When they release it.
And I believe they said that is going to be the fastest AMD laptop of the year. I mean, there's no telling what's going to happen near the end of the year, but for a short period of time, it's going to be the fastest.
Just hope they do a better job than the M15R5.
Yeah.
3D creation. I mean, this machine, it handles, as a high wattage on the CPU and GPU. I have no problem with 3D creation on it. I haven't done a lot of Blender on it yet, but I'll probably do a bit more soon and be able to answer that better then. Hello to Puerto Rico. It's sunny. Well, we don't get that in the UK, that's for sure.
It's cloudy as anything in Texas right now. We're dealing with another freezing day where they canceled schools.
When you call freezing, what's freezing for you?
It's 25 degrees and the roads are icy.
degrees.
So people freak out whenever that happens around here because we're used to really hot temperatures. This is, I think, snow day number 4 now of this year. Yeah. Yeah, so we're completely out of snow days. We're trying to pull days from other days as far as school is concerned. So I don't know where those days are going to come from. But yeah, Texas doesn't treat snow very well.
No, well, we don't treat any kind of weather well over it.
Did you guys in the UK hear about Texas last year, where our grid went down completely for several days?
Yes, yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, there's millions of us without power. We went to my wife's family's house. They lived basically in the same zone as the airport, DFW airport. And because they lived right next to them, they were on their own separate grid that was running. So we stayed there, camped out with the rest of her brothers and family members, all in this 2-bedroom apartment. So that was interesting.
We've had the same here with this storm Eugene. We've had friends staying with us for the last few days because they've had no power for a week.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, fortunately, we've been all right.
How cold does it usually get over there?
Well, bear in mind we're centigrade. It's actually not too bad. -5. It's sort of, it's not that bad.
Okay.
But it doesn't get too cold. It never gets too hot. So we're like right in the middle. But it rains all the time. You just have to get used to rain if you're over here.
A buzzing noise.
Oh, I've not noticed that. Are they high amp headphones? I haven't got any of those.
I've noticed, so I had a buzzing issue with my audio on my Sennheiser microphone. And I found out that was because the actual cable coming out of the microphone was touching the same cable as one of my lights. And the interference from those cables touching created this really weird noise in the final audio output. So I don't know if maybe your cables are crossing somewhere or touching something metal that has some sort of frequency, but that was the issue with my microphone originally.
It's my autocorrect. Sorry about that. Undervolt, not underplot.
500 nits. No, I measured. I think they said it was 300 nits on these monitors, but I was measuring 360 with my Spider
I've got
Pro.
350 with both of mine. But are you talking about the let's have a look, the 4K? Yeah. Have you tested the 4K, Justin? The 4K is a lot brighter.
Oh, you mean on
the X17 4K?
The last X17?
Yeah.
No, I didn't have my Spider X when I did that video. I didn't have that yet, so I wasn't able to test that exactly. It did seem brighter than this, though.
Yeah, they usually are. The 12,900 HK is unlocked. I don't think you can do it in XTU, but you can play around with it in throttle stop. I've just started mucking around with it, and I haven't got any decent results yet.
Tectorial sound, both David and I have confirmed that the speakers are not good.
Not good.
Worse than last year's, actually. They're quite a bit louder, though, so if you like loud, distorted noise, then this is the laptop for you. Did you have a chance to compare last year's GE76 to the X17 R1 in terms of heat and CPU performance? I did in terms of heat, CPU performance specifically. I don't think I did. In that video, I compared creative apps, which are pretty heavily using CPUs as far as export times. 3D Mark scores were compared in there, but I didn't specifically compare CPU temperatures. Yeah, we've enabled and disabled the Dolby Access stuff. Doesn't really seem to be changing the audio quality that much. All right, so I got 1696 on the single core. I'm gonna go ahead and take a screenshot of that.
I'm 2 minutes behind you, sorry. I clicked start, and for some reason it didn't start, so I had to start it later. Depends what game you're playing. Yeah, MacBook Pro speakers are a completely different league. You've got a MacBook Pro 16, and honestly, it is just a different world. In all fairness, it's not just Alienware. If you buy most gaming laptops, the speakers are terrible. I don't know why they feel that if you're going to buy a gaming laptop, you don't need onboard speakers, because, you know, I personally, I love, you know, playing podcasts, bit of music and gaming on the speakers on times.
Mm-hmm.
SSD and RAM, well, it depends on the price. RAM is not easy to get hold of with the DDR5, so I would recommend get 32 gigabytes. SSDs, you can pick up Gen 4s or even Gen 3s cheaply on Amazon. So get whatever you can for a good price, then add a second bay in yourself. I'm sure Justin will do a video, and we've done a video on the X17 R1. So there'll be plenty of videos on how easy it is to upgrade that SSD.
Mm-hmm. I haven't done many tests with RAID 0. I saw somebody in the comments talking about that.
No, don't bother. Not on an SSD. It's just not worth it.
Yeah,
you don't see any speed boost, and you're losing redundancy.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, with the old what was it, M15 R4s in the UK, they only came in RAID 0, and they use poor drives as well. And the first thing you do is rip them out, put something decent in.
Mm-hmm.
But at least they're getting Gen 4s this year. That's the one good thing. Regarding MacBook speakers, yeah.
That was one thing that the R13 had over the other desktop computers that I'm testing right now as far as upgradability, was the PCIe 5.0, being able, because that's most likely what the next generation of GPUs is going to need as far as their speed's concerned. But they haven't given you the power necessary to run those new GPUs, so that kind of made it such a great feature that they put in there worthless, in my opinion, unless somebody creates a video that shows you how to make that power supply on the R13, the proprietary power supply work, or putting a new power supply in there that works with the proprietary cables that they have in there. And that's always something that's very risky. So I didn't want to be the first person to try that out in a YouTube video, because I haven't done that yet. I found some cables that did look like they would connect, but I really didn't want to burn the computer up for that test.
Josh, with regards to recovery partition, I don't even know if you would necessarily need it. It's so easy to do a fresh install on Alienware. All the drivers are on Dell and the software. In all honesty, if I'm ever putting new drives in, I always put a fresh install on. It's just so much easier. Heatsink. Yeah, if you get one drive, you will only get one heatsink. That's quite normal with Dell, but they are easy to pick up on Amazon or eBay.
What's better when it comes to CPU, Intel or AMD? Can I choose between them? Well, it seems as though the 12th gen is going to be faster than the AMD,
Yep.
but AMD is going to be releasing. They kind of ping pong back and forth. AMD was winning, and then now Intel's winning. I'm sure the newest version of AMD is going to triumph over the 12th gen right now.
The AMD do get better battery life though, for sure.
Del Boy, how many degrees did you get lower on your repaste?
Oh, Justin, we've lost your iPhone, mate.
Oh, whoop.
Sorry, Josh, I've lost the thread there. Are you saying if you get one drive, you only get one heatsink? If so, that's the case.
I was getting a phone call. I didn't know that those could interrupt a Zoom.
What do you, Josh? What are you getting then in Crystal Disk Smart? Right.
Which screenshot is he talking about?
Josh?
Yeah.
He's talking about Crystal Disk Smart with RAID 0 on his Gen 4s. No, I've not heard. Justin, did you say you'd heard when the UHD option's coming in for the 17 too?
No, I heard that it was coming in, but
yeah,
the rumor that I was hearing was that they are actually going to be including the RGB touchpad on soon on this version.
Sorry, mate. I'll just put my throttle stop back up. There you go. Sorry. Thank you, mate. Good to see you.
I don't usually run Afterburner during 3D Mark Time Spy, but I believe we can have that up on the screen at the same time, right?
Yeah, and it's single core anyway, so it's not. I don't think it's going to affect it.
All right. Well, it looks like did yours finish on the Cinebench?
Literally on the last straight.
Okay.
Is Windows 11 worth the upgrade on X17? I personally wouldn't bother upgrading if you're happy with Windows 10. I've not really seen any benefit to Windows 11 other than it's a bit prettier. I don't see any improvement in performance. Oh yeah, mine's done. Sorry, Justin. Right, I got 1,839. Justin, what did you get?
Got 1,696.
So there's quite a good improvement on the i9 for single core then. That's quite good. There's got to be some benefit to the, to the i9. It's a lot of money. Yes, the i9 multi-test was 16,992. That's on performance. And as I was saying earlier on, if you put it on max fans, it will hit just over 18,000.
I got 15,791 on mine. All right, I think we're ready for some 3D Mark. I'm gonna get that fired up. Usually do 64-bit on yours.
Yeah.
Okay.
It should default to that, but oh, you're now playing 3D Mark demo. Well done. You've got an MSI Afterburner as well.
Yeah, I have that set up right now.
Yeah, brilliant. Right, mine's just loading up. Let's know when you're ready.
Scanning system info. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
that
was pretty good. And it is unlocked as well, so you can tweak it, but I haven't had enough time yet to really sort of get the most out of it. Right, we ready?
I can never remember when the actual final button that gets this started is. I think run is the final button. So yeah. I
Yeah,
think
we're off. So I hit it just after you, so it's not too bad.
Yeah, these streams always get my mouth so dry.
Not drinking.
I'm not a person that actually talks that much in real life. So when I do a bunch of talking for
You're married, that's why.
several hours. That makes sense, yeah.
And you got kids. That's what I have to say.
Usually I retreat to my own thoughts when there's so much talking going on.
All right, and we're off.
Someone on Reddit said that he contacted Dell and they weren't confident in the UHD option anytime soon. Oh, that's
to be fair, though,
disappointing.
Dell don't really usually know what they're talking about when you speak to the CS. I'm sure they got a dartboard with the answers on.
Yeah.
Oh, the speakers off. So I see mine loaded in a bit faster there.
Mhm.
So I think that's probably the single core, obviously the i9. It's a little bit quicker loading apps.
So I'm getting 154, 165 watts, 57 degrees.
What's going on with mine? I'm only getting 50 frames per second. Oh, that's all right. I think I'm just a bit ahead of you, that's why.
Oh, do you set your, usually I've got a hotkey that resets my average frames per second.
Have you started yours?
I just re-hit it right now.
I did the same.
To do the average. So it looks like right now I'm getting 60, 40.
Trouble is I'm a little bit ahead of you in the benchmarks. This. Yeah. Ours are kind of connected to an external monitor as well because we're streaming, so we've got it through the HDMI. So we will be running as if it's on a discrete graphics card.
So it looks like I'm only using about 70% of the GPU right now, only 28% of the CPU. My CPU is getting pretty hot.
Yeah, I'm at 95 as well. Oh, I actually hit 5 gigahertz now. That's amazing. Josh, built into time spy. No, we've got MSI overlay running so that you can see the temperatures and the clock speeds.
So my limit power keeps popping up. Does yours do that?
It does, yeah. The problem is, I think, is it just lets it boost if it's 100, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they do run hot. I think the problem is they are letting a lot of wattage go through these 12th gen CPUs. If you look at the 12th gen versus the 11th gen, the CPU is pulling a lot higher watts, but obviously hitting higher clocks. So the temps are naturally going to be higher, especially the turbo boost. I mean, I'm sure liquid metal would help, but I tell you what, repasting these is a bit of a pig.
Yeah, with these reversed motherboards, it's
a whole strip down, isn't it?
I haven't actually done it yet. I'm afraid to. Just
it's horrible.
So have you tested it before? You've done repaste on?
Yeah, I've had a few customers bring them in to for me to do. Yeah, I dread it every time.
Let me pull up my benchmarks from last year's X17. I had the X17 R1 i7-3080 last year, and my 3D Mark time spy overall was 12,000. We'll see what we get here. Right. Graphics should definitely be above 12,300 that I had last year.
Stephen, best time spy you've had is 12,400. Is that the overall score? My overlay a bit bigger, I think. Right, Abdul, 3,200 megahertz RAM. How good are they in 2022? Is it enough for i5 12,600K to its full power? You're talking about desktop there, aren't you? If you talk about desktop, I mean, 3,200 is still not bad on a desktop, but you might be able to overclock it anyway, because obviously you can go into BIOS and you can muck around with the clock speeds. Much difference 11,800 to 12,000. Yeah, quite a big difference from 11,800 to 12,700. With regards to gameplay, I don't think you're going to see a massive difference, but if you're doing anything that heavily utilizes the CPU, then there's at least 40+% difference. Yeah. But if you're on a desktop, yeah, have a look. You should be able to probably push it a bit further up than 3,200. Just take a little bit of tweaking. But 3,200 is still quite solid. You're not probably going to see any big gains by pushing up to even 3,600. Oh man, that's a terrible score. My graphics score up.
You've done you did a pretest before that was higher than that, right?
Yeah, I've done that way higher than that. Hold on. I think I've got something running. Hold on.
Got 13,400. That's about, what did I say? Is that about 1,000 more than?
Yeah, you got much.
1,400 higher than last year's score on my X17 R1. So that's, I mean, that's a good boost.
Yeah, see, I got a good CPU score. My GPU score is terrible. Let's have a look.
My CPU last year on an i7 11th gen was 10,500. So those are some good numbers. What was my, I like looking at my graphs at the bottom.
What are you averaging on your GPU clock frequency?
Getting within 1,600, a little bit, maybe about 1,650 max.
Yeah, see, I'm getting the odd spike. It's about 1,800, but the majority of the time it's.
Yeah, or no, that's
quickly, but
that's at the end. There's a point where I got up to 1,900.
Yeah, your last test, my last test, I'm about 1,400 megahertz. What are you running at there? That's really low.
Yeah, I guess it doesn't show the average on here.
No, if you go to that last test there, what you averaging on that, just run across that last, it's quite a stable line usually on the last test.
On the one that I did before
scroll
today.
Down on today's one. If you can go to the last test for me, what are you? That's it. That one there, not the CPU, the last GPU test. Back a little bit. Back a little bit. That's it. What are you getting there roughly?
1,600 right there.
Yeah, I'm getting 1,400. I don't know what's going on that.
What are your temps looking like at that point? My temp right there is 73 degrees. Or that's, yeah, on the GPU, it's 73 degrees. My CPU clock is at 4.4 right there.
68 degrees. Something not quite right there. 68 degrees and 1,400. I'll have to take a look at that. Normally I score about, let's have a look, about 1,300. 13,246 is about a normal run. So I don't know what is going on there.
I was reading an article about i7 and i9, and apparently they're they're both running. It's basically they're taking all of the silicone that tests faster, and they put it in the i9 category, and then they find the silicone that tested really slow, and they just put it in the i7 category. That it could the way that they do that is a very
Bidding.
interesting method that doesn't sound very scientific to me.
Yeah, I'm wondering if it's maybe because my CPU, not cousin, sorry, autocorrector going off again. I wonder if the CPU is pulling more power and therefore bringing my CPU down. Sorry, GPU down.
Does it show? Doesn't show power in here, does it?
No, not on here. But
if we would have run hardware info, we could have.
Oh yeah.
We could have measured that.
I'll run that again in a minute and see what's going on with that. That is lower than normal, that's for sure.
Did you want to jump on to the next test?
Yeah, we'll do next test. I'll come back to that later on.
What was next on our list?
Yeah, that's right, Josh.
We're gonna go Geekbench.
Okay.
I'm gonna close all this down.
So you've got quite a low graphics. I know some of that your overclocks. Yeah, graphics 11,000. Yeah, Stephen, you've got quite a low graphics score there as well. I'll have a play around with mine because I don't normally hit that low. That's a bit odd. Tell me when you're ready, Justin.
I thought I had it downloaded. I guess I don't.
Oh, okay.
Luckily, this is a very small one.
I've not tested the GS77. Is that the new Stealth? The old GS Stealth that they used to have? I haven't had one of those for a few years. We don't get a great range of MSI laptops in the UK.
So the 12, is he saying the 12th gen of the
GS77
is available to purchase now?
I believe so. He's saying it's got 105 watt. Do you mean TGP?
I feel like there should be some sort of master Intel site that just shows you the availability, because some people just want 12th gen and they don't really care specifically what computer it is. I think they would do pretty good for themselves if they just showed an updated list on all of the latest computers that have it.
You know what? It'd be useful for us reviewing laptops.
So I have to check 20 different websites every day just to see what I can
see what's released.
All right, so we want to run the CPU benchmark, 64-bit architecture.
Yeah, tell me when you're ready.
All right, let's click.
Then we're off. It's quite a quick test, this one. Sorry if I'm not very clear tonight. I've got a bit of a cold, which Gary gave me. Very kind of him. $13,500 for a single running Cinebench. What is that? Seems a bit low. Cribs, is that what CPU? Oh, that's 12,700 as well. That seems really low for a 12,700. Check what you're in Alienware Command Center. Make sure you're not in quiet mode or something.
Oh, he said without OC.
Yeah, but even without OC, that's really low. It's normally about 1,600 without overclock. I mean, you got, what was it? You got yours, Justin, just under 16,000, wasn't it? With
yeah, I think it was 15.9 something.
Yeah, 13.5. That's, I mean, that's near 11th gen. I mean, I was getting 13,000 on my
15.7.
Yeah, just under 16. Yeah. Oh, 70, yeah, that's much more, yeah, much more like it. 17 and a half, that's perfect. You got
Oh
a good
yeah.
CPU there. Yep. That's 17 and a half, that's more like an i9. It's got a golden chip. Right, mine's loading up. So single core. Oh, you not quite
There we go.
I was looking at my screen, I think it was yours. Right, so yeah, so my single core score is a little bit ahead of the i7, so 1774 against 1613. And my multi-core is 13,255. Justice got 12,174. So a little bit of an improvement on the i9. I'm not sure it's quite worth the however many £100 or dollars that it is extra. That's a massive bump over 11th gen though.
All right. Did you want to do the OpenCL or the CUDA?
Yeah, let's do OpenCL, shall we? Well, actually, what do you want to do? I don't mind.
We can do OpenCL.
Yeah, I normally run the OpenCL. You ready?
They're pretty quick ones.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I just hit it.
Oh, okay. I mean, the CPUs are a nice boost over 11th gen. I have to give Intel credit. It's, considering last year and 11th gen was pretty good. This is a massive boost.
146,000.
142,000. I'd say I reckon I've got a real duff 3080 Ti. That's pretty poor, actually. Definitely didn't get a golden sample there, I think. I'll see what
what's your ambient temperature in your room?
It's
just
quite
curious.
warm in here. I've got a thermometer, but I'd say it's about 20, 21 in here. About 4. No, it isn't. There's something wrong with you. Let's have a look what I got. Geekbench, OpenCL.
You have issues putting the laptop in sleep mode. I did have an issue last night. I think if you accidentally tap the desk or something, it thinks, oh, you want me to wake? And it comes back on, because I could have sworn last night I set it to sleep mode and I woke up with it. Just fans blazing.
I don't know if you've had this yet, Justin, but sometimes I'll put it to sleep and everything goes off, the laptop's off, but the fans will keep going for about 10 to 20 seconds after it's gone to sleep. Do you get that as well?
Yeah. With my M17R3, before I realized, I always thought when I first bought it that as soon as I close the screen, that's it. It sets it to sleep mode. And I brought it to the airport one time and my back just like felt like it was burning up because I had the backpack on and I was like, what is going on? And I opened up and it burnt my hand. I'm surprised my M17 is honestly still working with how hot.
That's Windows sleep, isn't it?
Yeah.
But I mean, 15 minutes to turn off the fans, that does seem excessive. There's something not quite right there.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and save this. I think that's
I mean, my
GPU
is not great.
I think that's the main big tests that aren't gaming. What was next on our list?
Got it handy.
Forza Horizon 4.
Yeah, I mean, 20 minutes, that does seem excessive. I've never had it happen like that. Usually 10 to 20 seconds for mine, and then it goes off. I'm sure it's something they'll fix in BIOS anyway. You're running Forza.
Yeah, I'm going to fire that up.
Cool. 2 seconds then. Might have to run a little bit bigger this time. It was a bit small.
If there's somebody that creates a program that can benchmark games at specific settings the same way on every computer, I would pay thousands of dollars for that. Mine's not firing up for some reason. What is going on?
A modern standby is very hit and miss.
Having issues with mine right now, getting started. App can't open.
That's weird.
I might have to do a restart.
Yep, that's all right. We're doing all right, aren't we, for time?
Can't see my buttons because my text, I'm actually looking at what you guys are, there we go.
All right, there you go. You want it down? That's it.
I know everybody that's on this chat had to subscribe to be able to chat. But I put a link in the description as well for anybody that wants to subscribe to Dave's channel as well.
Thanks,
Do
Justin.
you go by Dave or David?
Usually David, but I don't mind either way.
Oi.
Hey?
Get my oi.
It's
Boy.
Get back to work over there. Get that review done. This Forza looks nice. I haven't played a racing game in years.
Oh, it doesn't recognize me with this microphone on my face. Oh, wait, I'm looking at the wrong computer.
I mean, it's going to be a lot crisper at the 4K 120 hertz, but I find once I'm immersed in a game, I'm quite happy with 1080p. It's outside of the game where the 4K is just so much better.
Yeah, text is definitely where I noticed the 4K difference.
Yeah. But in all honesty, if there was a QHD option, I would pick that every single time. QHD is the absolute sweet spot.
Lam, you sound like you're having the same exact experience with your speakers that me and David are having. I almost thought, oh, it's just because the speakers are facing the table, so it must be distorting against the table. But even when I lift the laptop up, they still sound just as distorted.
Really yeah. They're definitely worse than last year's. I do wonder if it is software.
Yeah, because I can't imagine that they would change the actual materials of the speaker. That sounds like it would take more work for them. They seem like that they're in the business of not trying to produce more work for themselves.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and double check our settings. Make sure. I know we did this beforehand, but
should be good. But I'll
my frame rate is set to 20 frames per second for some reason. So unlocked, full screen on, protocol synchronization off. And
on 30, what you changed yours to? Just unlimited, unlocked.
Yep. Yeah, set it to unlocked.
Yeah, I did that earlier. Just put it back. Right. Okay.
Yeah, it's weird. Like reset it. Advanced. I just have everything as the default ultra settings.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll save that.
Yeah.
I can't see with my Justin Tech Tips text in there.
So benchmark mode.
It's that one. No, I don't want to. Back. Save and continue. Benchmark mode. Did you hit it?
I did. I wanted to
Okay.
press enter, so I'm just waiting here for you.
And
Ready?
3, 2, 1. Boom.
We're off. So far, yeah, I'd say speakers are worse than the R1. I do think it might well be software, because as Justin was just saying, I don't think they're different speakers. They're just using different software this year. 360 millimeter cooling enough for 12th gen. Yeah, definitely, unless you heavily overclock it.
Did your afterburner go away? My afterburner went away.
I did restart it. Oh, you restarted your computer, didn't you?
Oh, that's right.
Which should be.
I don't think that'll affect it before it loads the actual numbers.
Yeah, the speakers are not the best, but then most gaming laptops do have poor speakers. It's something that really needs to change. Why have I got no MSI afterburner?
Yeah, Damon, that's exactly the problem that I'm having with the speakers.
Yeah.
I think people that have external speakers that sound really nice, or they never plan on using the actual laptop speakers, it would be fine. But yeah, it is pretty annoying. Even the little ding when I'm changing the volume on my computer has distortion.
I don't know why my afternoon's not showing up. It's running.
Did you set your overlay to be a hotkey? I have to press a hotkey for mine to show up.
No, I don't normally. That's really annoying.
Maxing out that CPU, 100.
Well, it's just not. Yeah, I mean, it will naturally hit 100 just with the turbo boost.
Mm-hmm.
But you look at it, it's like it's putting 70, 78 watts through it at the moment. What are your fans doing, Justin?
I should have set the RPMs on there. They're pretty loud right now. Where's my
measure mine?
Yeah, get that out.
Yeah, I'm doing 48 decibels just using my phone app.
Well, I'm getting 55, but I wonder if that's pulling some of the sound from my M17 too.
Oh, it might well be if that's cranking up. Thanks, Dirty Bird. What do you have to do? Sometimes you have to close and reopen the game if you didn't already have up. But yeah, I might well have to do that. I had it running though, annoyingly. Close it and restart it.
So Chili Wang said that they actually prefer the R2 speakers.
Really? Wow, you must have had some terrible R1 speakers then.
Lewis H, when he said fans, he meant us in the chat. Yeah, we got some full speed fans.
Our GPUs are identical as that 184.4. CPU render. Oh no, actually no, sorry. Oh, actually no. Look at that.
So the achieved was 173 on mine.
Yeah, I'm going 160. My graphics card is really underperforming.
Interesting.
That's quite a difference, isn't it?
I ran this test before. Let's see if it changed at all. Oh, I guess I didn't take a screenshot of that. Okay. Well, I think we can. Do you want to do a different test at a different quality setting, or go ahead and jump on to the next game?
I think let's jump on to the next one if you like.
Okay.
What have we got next?
Tomb Raider.
Yeah.
I think most games should include really nice benchmarks like this, because every reviewer just jumps on them and it just gives their games more exposure. Because
yeah, I never play the games.
I know. I've yet to actually play Shadow of the Tomb Raider, but they just have such good, very helpful benchmarks.
Yeah, 12th gen is definitely running hotter than the 11th gen in the R1. I mean, I don't know. I'm going to have to look into this, but it could be that my CPU is running hotter, therefore not letting the GPU boost as much. But I'm going to have to have a look because Justin's getting quite an increase over my GPU.
Yeah, this is kind of just confirming what David and I have come to learn and understand with laptops, is that for gaming, it does not seem like the i9 is worth the upgrade.
Nope.
i7 all the way.
I think if you're doing a lot of work, you know, rendering video or something like that, then you might want to consider the i9, but otherwise, definitely get the i7.
I want to do a video on those cool all-in-one CPU, or those all-in-one coolers that you actually put on the bottom of your computer to see how that actually affects. Because I wonder how much more of a boost we could get on the CPU without it hitting that 100 degrees throttle.
Well, if you think if it's hitting 150 and then bringing it down to 130, you'd probably max out at 150 solidly if you had the temps down.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be quite a difference in performance, wouldn't it? Yeah, 69 frames per second at 4K on Far Cry 5 is pretty good. This is the problem with 4K though. I mean, personally, I do like playing at higher frames per second. So this is why QHD would be the absolute sweet spot.
Justin, are you able to undervolt your CPU with throttle stop with your i7? No, unfortunately.
Not with the i7.
That's grayed out.
Only the i9. I've not tried repasting it with liquid metal yet. Not feeling that brave. Might be worth it. The 11800 was a great CPU, and you can actually overclock it a little bit by about 400 megahertz as well, giving it extra performance. If you check my X17 deep dive, I show you in throttle stop how to actually get a bit more out of it.
All right, so are you in the graphic settings?
You could send that 4K down to me, Lee. You know I want to test it.
Okay, so DLSS did turn on by default. Okay, I'm going to turn that off.
Turn it off.
So you've got DirectX 12 on, full screen on, exclusive full screen on, VSync off, anti-aliasing off.
Yeah, I think definitely that one's a solid choice still.
And then you have your graphics set to the highest presets.
Bryce, I've started playing with the undervolting. I haven't got very far with it yet because I mean, just the benchmarking has taken us a few days. But I will spend more time on the undervolting side of things. I'll probably put it in the deep dive video that I normally do after the review. Yeah, nice one. Yeah, any questions? Give us a shout as well. I can always help you. Sorry, Justin, are you ready to go?
Yep. So you're on the highest graphics preset?
Hold on, let's change to custom. Is that changed to custom because I changed the... Yeah, I'll change it again. I was.
Yeah, mine was set to custom too, so I just went and manually set that back to highest. Oh, you know what? Oh, okay. So changing DLSS affects the graphics. That's confusing.
There you go.
Those should be two separate tabs. All right, apply changes. Yes, and then, okay, run benchmark. 3, 2, 1.
We're off. Oh, I've got Riva Tuner running now. Bryce, you can always get me on Reddit as well if you want to chat. I'm always on there. Why turn off TAA?
I don't think we had TAA on, did we?
I think we had TAA on the when I think it turns that on when you turn DLSS off.
Oh. So Chris, you said, but if you do upgrade, is it better? Are you referring to the R1 to the R2? Is that the upgrade you're talking about? When are you doing the new gaming PC review?
You mean the X17 R2?
Anti-aliasing was on your one, Dave.
Was that?
Well, it's a pretty fast benchmark, so we can
check it in a second.
We can just
we can
see
I'll have a look in a sec. should have been on for the highest setting. It should turn it on, but I don't know that. Yeah. Yeah, I can.
Which MSI laptop do you have, Max? Is it a GE76? Man, my wife was playing music on her MacBook the other day, and I thought it was fantastic compared to everything that I test.
What Mac has she got?
She had the MacBook Pro from 2 years ago, I think. Sound quality is just amazing.
13 or 16?
The 13.
Yeah, the 16 is just something else.
Or which one? I think which one do both the 13 and the 16 have that little strip
touch bar? Yeah,
touch
they
bar?
did.
Okay.
Yeah, they did. This year's model,
I think it's a smaller one.
Yeah.
GE72. The Rogue Zephyrus G15, that one has some pretty good speakers too.
I didn't get to test that last year. Tested the G14 and they were pretty good actually as well. Oh, 960M. That brings back some memories. Small and slim mechanical keyboard. Just got some small symbols in. Some new Newfie ones. Just testing those at the moment. They're quite nice, small and slim.
Hey, Chill, you want to do a video on that? I think that'd be a good thing to, I don't think anybody for a while will be doing a video on that. I kind of want to see, I like to watch YouTube videos on that before I jump into it, specific for the laptop that I'm using.
It's just such a pain. You got to strip the whole machine down to get the motherboard out.
You want to make sure if
just be so careful.
You need to keep track of specific screw sizes or not, and
I
need to get a mod mat. All right. Average frames per second, 72. That seems a bit low.
Right, now, let me have a look at the settings.
Tomb Raider last year on HD, I had 114.
Yeah, you have got your AA off, Justin. It normally sets it to TAA when you do you want me to run mine again? I'll turn it off and run it again, or
what did I have off?
Your AA normally sets it to TAA when you turn off DLSS. But I can just turn mine off and run it again if you want. You got time to do that? Or?
Yeah, I think that'd be good. It's weird that I got such a low frames per second though.
I'll run that again.
Yeah, last year's model was 114.
Yeah, good, thank you. Yeah, if you turn DLSS off, it automatically puts you on custom, even if you put it on higher settings. It's in the latest update, I think, because it didn't used to have the DLSS in this benchmark. Yeah, this new keyboard I've got is quite nice. It's got removable switches as well. So I've got all the switches. I'm going to sort of play around in it.
I believe they're both Gen 4 slots.
They are, yeah. I didn't even see that one. Yeah. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, definitely both Gen 4.
Yeah, and about the mechanical keyboard, I got the mechanical keyboard last year on the R1. I loved it. I thought it was awesome. If you need a quiet keyboard, though, if you're in an area where you don't want everybody to hear you typing away, I don't recommend it. But I loved it. I've
got the mechanical on this R2 as well. It's nice, just like Cherry Blues.
I really did love the feel of the standard keyboard too. I didn't test it on the R1, but on the R2, the keys feel better than any of the other keyboards that I've tested on the other gaming laptops. I like it on the standard one too.
Always loved Alienware keyboards; they're amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I've got mine set to 165 hertz. That's the panel I've got. Shouldn't make a difference in the benchmarks. It's not got frame rate capped. Oh, unless Justin, you didn't have no. Yeah, you've got your refresh rate on 60 hertz, Justin, but I don't think. No,
No, because yeah, if it was capping that, my average FPS would have been lower.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is weird that I only got 72.
That's really low.
My other benchmarks weren't showing this level of disappointment, so I don't think I need a restart.
No, you've been ahead of me on all the graphics so far. Have you got?
Yeah, that's a weird one. You had exclusive full screen on? Actually, well, yeah, exclusive full screen, if anything, should make it run better.
It should, yeah.
You know, I'm going to run.
That's pretty good for an M17R4. 134 is pretty good.
Make sure nothing else is running. Nope, nothing else is running.
The good thing with a 4K screen, dropping it down to 2K, it's so crisp that you don't really notice any blurring. So I would definitely recommend doing that as well. Get that frame rate up.
Yeah, they say that technically a 2K monitor looks better than a 4K monitor downgraded to 2K, but
I struggle to notice.
At the point where the pixels are that small, yeah, I don't think most people will really notice.
It was even the same. I've got the QHD on the X15R2 and gaming at 1080p. It still looks fantastic. I mean, I'm sure 1080p is slightly crisper if it's side by side, but I wouldn't notice. Art, run it again. Right. Yeah, Justin is running it again. What are you getting this time?
It looks like the FPS is a little bit faster.
I mean, you put in 150 watts on the GPU.
Well, no, 61, 72.
That is really low.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to get one win in the graphics.
So there you go, strange. Get the
i7 is definitely good enough for Total War. Even 11th gen is good enough for Total War. Yeah, it's really nice actually. I'm not allowed to review them yet. I've got to wait until they release it. I think they release it in the next few weeks, then I'll be able to review it. But they come wireless or Bluetooth or wired, and low profile mechanical keyboard. It's really nice. The Air60 is definitely the way to go, I think.
Oh, weird. I've never seen that on a benchmark before. Did you see that where the whole terrain in the background just started appearing?
Is it popping in?
There's something weird with my Tomb Raider.
Might want to just pass on that one. I mean, I'm getting 139, which is pretty normal, I'd say. I mean, a 2060 is still not a bad card. The cherry switches are low profile. They're much lower down, so it's flatter to your desk. I mean, graphics card prices are falling. I'd probably hang on if I was you and try and get at least a 3060. King Armstrong, the i7 12th gen are so powerful, you won't need an i9 12th gen to play strategy games. Even if you were playing like a ridiculous Spring Commander 2 map with like fully maxed out with AI, you're still not going to hit anything like what you're going to need.
Mm-hmm.
It's a low travel keyboard, the mechanical keyboard. It's a little bit lower travel, yeah. Not a lot though. Still got some reasonable travel. I'll try and show you.
I got a 3 FPS boost. Well, I'm gonna call that a fail on Shadow of a Tomb Raider for mine. I might do some restarts later on.
Yeah.
before the full review, see if I get different numbers or if there's just a fluke. But we can go ahead and jump on to Valorant or Apex.
Pick. Yeah, definitely get the i7. Save some money. What you firing up, Justin?
Let's do. I'm feeling a little depressed after that shot of a Tomb Raider, so let's do Valorant.
Okay.
I want to see some high numbers.
All right.
It logged me out already. Jeez.
By the way, mine's been going. I should be more depressed. Terrible GPU. It was right till I saw yours. There will be, Abdul. Yeah, when I allowed to do the full review, I'll certainly put something in my review link. Should be able to get a discount for you. Right, Justin, I don't play Valorant, so you have to guide me.
I haven't played with somebody before as far as inviting somebody to my game, but it shouldn't be difficult. Play,
Friends.
not closed party. I want to open the party. My name is Justin Tech. I don't think you need to type in my number. Friends.
Where's the friend? My overlays blocking.
Over on the right-hand side where the Valorant logo is. If you click on that,
Yeah.
oh, it shows you where it shows you your friends, but
Yeah, but you can't add anyone there, can you? Urgh.
maybe settings.
Anyone know with Valorant? Sorry, I don't play it.
Oh, my phone. Did I get a phone call again? Jeez.
Oh, hold on, it's bottom. There we go. Right ID. Have you got, do you know your right ID, Justin?
Where do you see your right ID?
Don't know.
Oh, that was probably when I clicked play. There's a
hold
number
on.
next to
I
Justin
can give you
Tech.
mine.
3682, is that right?
3682.
That's the number next to my name.
You got a hashtag something?
Yeah, hashtag 3682.
Oh, I see. 3682. And what's your first part?
Justin Tech, Justin Space Tech.
Ooh.
And then I'm assuming I can just hit plus invite. So what's your number?
I haven't got a number. It is
Or your name?
Lardy Ninja, hashtag EUW.
LADRY. Ninja.
All one word, yeah. Lardy Ninja. That's it. And
Player
then,
not found. LADRYNINJA.
I've tried to add you as well, but it's not found you. You think it'd be an easy way of doing this, wouldn't you? I mean, we could just fire up a game.
Oh yeah, fire up. Oh wait, custom game. Invite. What was your hashtag number?
EUW. I haven't got an actual number.
No way you have Alienware X17 M2. You're right, we don't. We have the X17 R2.
Okay, I'm stumped.
That's weird that it's that difficult to wait. Lardy Ninja sent.
Oh, did you get it?
I got something at the bottom, a notification.
Yeah, we still haven't managed to get hold of a 3070 Ti yet. I've absolutely no clue, Joe.
Yeah, I guess we might just have to fire up our own games.
Let's fire up a custom game. Oh, we do that. Pick a map.
Pick a map. I guess, can you put in bots or do you need to?
Let's go to deathmatch.
Yeah, we can just go to deathmatch and then.
Can you put bots in?
And then I just hit Q.
You start it up.
Yeah, I hit Q at the bottom. Yeah, it's weird. It says Lardy Ninja sent you a friend's request, but I can't actually click on that.
Oh, there's a open a shooting range as well. You can use that.
Yeah, but I wonder if that would have different benchmark numbers based on map size and. Oh wait, I see a 1 next. Oh, here we go. Add as friend. Accepting.
Hey, well done.
All right, so now
Hey.
oh, here we go. Invite. Unable to invite.
Might be because I'm in Europe. That's the only thing.
Oh, they don't let.
Thanks,
Interesting.
Alexander. Hey, Daniel.
Are you currently in a game right now? Maybe if you get out of the custom.
Shouldn't be, but... Here we go. My home. Try that. Yeah, that might be the problem. That's a shame. See how much we play this game.
Yeah, I guess we're gonna have to create our own.
Seeking Armstrong. All right, then. So just want to set up.
Yeah, I'll just do a death match. I guess
Yeah.
if we have the ability to pick the same map, that would be helpful.
Yeah, I've got Ascent that you.
But I clicked Q. On your death match, you can actually. Oh, you're doing a custom match.
Yeah, you're not doing that.
I just clicked on the death match button. So
okay.
map ascent. Yeah, I'll do that too.
Yeah, change it to mode to deathmatch. Yeah.
Oh, I see it. So I have. When you select server, there's only US servers on my end that I can select. So that makes sense.
Go to Tokyo.
Oh, I can't say anything outside of the US.
Yeah, we don't have any options over, I guess.
All right, so mode deathmatch, you said?
Yeah.
You want to double check the graphic settings again?
Can do. Graphics quality, I've got everything on high.
Yep.
Piecing off. 4 times MSAA.
Improve clarity. I have that on. Is that on yours?
Yes. No, mine's off actually. You've got yours on.
I never set it to that, but mine's on by default. It looks like anisotropic filtering. I have it 16x.
Okay, we change mine then.
And then anti-aliasing. I have it MSAA 4x.
Yeah, same it.
Okay, that should be good.
Yeah, I think we look. All right, same as you. Right, let's do it then.
All right.
Right. Can you use a US? No, it won't let me. Can you use a US server? Won't let me onto a US server, unfortunately. I've tried changing it. I can only change it anywhere in Europe or Tokyo.
Oh, I see. You're saying if we have
I
a
could put a
VPN.
VPN on, but unfortunately, I haven't got anything set up here at the moment. Yeah, that'd be me. So it's only really test temps. So what we'll do is say we've got the same map. Hopefully this will be proof of concept.
So you'll just need to select your character and then lock in. I don't know if you've done that yet.
There we go. Oh, is there? Hopefully we'll hit it. So if we're doing Apex next.
I don't think I've ever hit an FPS cap on Valorant.
Actually, know how to play Apex. Right, there we go.
Whew. That makes me feel better.
500 frames per second. What are you getting?
463.
Yeah, because we're on the map. I'm just around the corner a little bit.
Yeah, I definitely don't feel like I'm getting capped. I'm getting close to 500 now too.
Yeah.
498 average. Yeah, for those of you wondering, on my screen, my middle FPS number is my average.
I don't know why I put that on. I don't know why mine's not getting mine. Yeah, I've got that set. It's not showing for some reason.
So since we're both resting at around 500 frames per second, maybe we go into the regular deathmatch mode instead of doing a custom game.
Yeah, come on then.
So we can play with other people and see how that actually affects frames per second. Because I'm sure once there's other people and effects going on, it'll affect it a little bit.
All right then. So just deathmatch.
Yeah. How do I exit out of this?
Probably be top right. That's it. Right.
Yeah, so death match right here, and then we'll just queue up.
You ready?
Yep.
Hey.
Can't read what that says. Start. Okay, there we go. Queued. Yeah, this usually takes about a minute.
Oh, I actually can't get in. I'm restricted apparently.
Restricted to play the game?
Yeah, 10 minutes. I think because I quit out of the game earlier on when I was testing the settings. That's harsh.
Oh yeah, that's happened to me before. It's probably, but we weren't actually playing with anybody. They're going to penalize us for a custom match.
You haven't been. I have. But I think it's because I was testing the settings earlier on tonight. I think I might come out of the game.
So it gave you 10-minute penalty.
Yeah.
Might as well jump into Apex then and come back to this.
Yeah. This is rubbish.
We're both running still trying to run.
Guys, Jason.
Wow, I was getting 500 frames per second, and I just realized my Tomb Raider never closed.
No way. I haven't got Cyberpunk. Sorry, I will. I do plan on picking it up soon. Keep getting asked. I haven't got it. Justin, have you got Cyberpunk?
Yeah, I have that one.
It's on sale.
I know it's on sale. I do need to buy it. I'm not the biggest fan of Windows 11 yet, but I don't know. Maybe I haven't got into it. Yeah, it is a light game, isn't it? You are. Yeah, nice one, mate. Yeah. 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 Go on then, see yourself out. Get me a drink before you go, will you?
Right,
No, I'm joking.
Make me a sandwich.
Yeah, make me a sandwich. No, I'm joking. No, I'm fine, mate. Thank you, though.
Yeah, so was I.
think I should let Gary go home?
You unlock me for my changes.
It's not 12 o'clock yet. What's the matter with you?
12 o'clock midnight tomorrow, yeah. 24-hour change.
All right, I just sent you an invite, McLovin.
Thank you very much. Oh. So got me in. 7, 8.
If you're not streaming from the X17, it's a good idea to restart the computer after some tests. Yeah, that's true. I'm interested to see. I bet you I'll get better tests on Tomb Raider after a restart. I don't know what was going on with mine.
Right, why have I not come in?
Oh, you know what? Yeah, Lucas, you are right. It was capped to 144, but there's a code that you type in. David, did you type or did you paste in that code that I?
Yeah, I think I did on the.
showed you. Yeah, within Steam, if you paste in, I think it's like plus FPS max unlimited or something like that. It won't cap you out at 144.
Oh yeah, we're in. Right, we're in. What do you want to play anyway, Justin? Just yeah,
we can just do trios.
Yeah, you're hosting, so you can do it.
Player or party, party not ready.
I'll ask my kids.
I think it says you're not checked as ready.
Oh, sorry, mate. Yeah, that's right.
Would this be good enough to play Roblox? I don't know about that. Those Roblox are pretty intense. Although I have, on the last few computers, I have tested Minecraft with shaders on.
Yeah,
that makes Minecraft look pretty cool, but it does take a hit on
hurts.
FPS.
It hurts the computer.
Yeah.
I haven't tested Minecraft yet.
A 1,000+ FPS in Minecraft.
I haven't. I've tested on 1080p on Metro. I haven't tested it on Max Edge. I'll run that tomorrow and I'll let you know. Oh, Justin, your jump master. Where we go?
I get to choose. Let's go towards that ring.
What? It's over here.
And launch. Ooh, I can control where all three of you guys land. That's cool.
Yeah.
I'm so used to Fortnite where all my teammates just end up randomly throughout the map. So I actually don't remember. How do you use your rockets on here?
Rockets?
Your jetpack? What's a button for that?
Oof.
Oh, let me turn on my. So I'm getting 173. What are you getting over there?
About 145. I'm just down on the side. I can catch up in a minute. Whereabouts are you?
I don't see you either. Where'd you go?
Well, I can find you in a minute.
I see Trex Power.
Where are you? You're green. You must be down below. Are you on the ground?
Yeah, I'm on the ground.
I'll come down then. Ooh.
My my CPU is at 80 degrees right now.
Come over to you. Yeah, CPU's at 95 at the moment. Let's have a look at yours.
I'm only getting
80 watts. Why are
I'm
you
only at
watts?
Yeah, that's weird. Maybe it just doesn't need it that much.
No, if you look, I'm only pulling 120 watts. I think the problem I'm getting is my GPU is pulling a lot more wattage than yours, and it's pulling down my GPU wattage because I'm getting 120 watts.
I wonder what's causing that to
Hold on, why am I
get pushed so hard?
44. Hold on a minute.
My speed's at only 2.3 megahertz too, or 2300 megahertz.
My desync's disabled. Why am I capped at 144?
Oh, you're capped at 144?
Yeah. Oh, you down. That's probably why, but I don't understand.
What maybe the GPU max unlimited thing wasn't. Do you want me to
You're
paste
not
to you?
capped though.
What's that? No, I'm
You're
not
not-
capped. I'm not capped because I pasted. So you actually that little window right before you open up Apex within properties, you typed in.
I don't know if I did that on this one. Sorry.
Okay.
That might be my problem.
Yeah, I can exit out.
Didn't realize I had a built-in cap.
So I'll show you where that is. Stop.
That's why I'm not. Right. Should we come out and I'll add that in? Do you know what it is?
Yeah, I need to figure out why mine's not closing. There we go. So
Missed
if you
that
right
part.
click on Apex Legends in Steam and then go to properties.
Bear with me, sorry. I didn't realize this game had a cap.
Eddie H, how's it going?
Yeah, what we got? Sorry, what we got is that? Can't read your screen.
So I did plus FPS all lowercase or lowercase underscore max MAX and then space and then just the word unlimited
Brilliant.
and that'll push us past the 144. I don't know why they don't just let you do that
I
right off
did
the
not
bat.
realize it had a cap. Sorry, apparently the quality is horrible.
All right, well that's loading up. I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick.
Yeah, I don't know why I say it looks fine on our screen. So yeah, 4K does have a mux switch now. I'll have to check what Justin's streaming at. But it should have been 4K. Oh, thank you, mate. Have a quick look what it's coming out at.
All right.
Yeah, Justin, what are you streaming this out at?
What am I streaming?
Yeah, what are we streaming this out to YouTube at?
What do you mean?
It's
Oh,
4K.
should be 1080p.
Oh, it is 1080p.
Yeah, I'm streaming it from Zoom. I don't know if Zoom has a 4K output to streaming. I didn't look into that, but I wasn't entirely sure if my computer could handle that for this first time around since we haven't done
this
this
is kind
before.
of a test.
Actually, no. Going into the stream, it says 720p.
Ah, okay. Yeah, I think someone's just moaning about the quality.
Let me look on Zoom and see if there's a way. Video settings.
Yeah, pricing is difficult with Dell because it depends on what country you're in. It's different everywhere. Yeah, Lucas, the CPU I think is taking a big chunk of the wattage. Yeah, Eddie, I think for some reason we are stuck at 720p for the moment for some reason.
Interesting. Do a quick Google search. Zoom stream to YouTube 1080p. And there's a YouTube video for it where people look extremely happy that they figured it out. That seems like it's a current issue. We'll have to do that on our next stream.
Yeah,
I think
definitely. I think it's something, yeah. Let's figure that one out.
Yeah, I'm just glad I was able to figure out this side-by-side thing.
I know,
This is pretty cool to have this Zoom streaming directly to YouTube. All right, I think I just need to click on friends.
Yeah, I sent you an invite or send me one. Cheers. There we go. Right, try again. Without the reef.
Are you? Oh, weird. Oh, you are in there. I just didn't see you because I guess
It's
you're
weird, isn't it, the way it does it? Yeah.
You're kneeling on the floor.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry guys. We'll try and get it to 1080p at least next time.
Jack Erla said it let me go to 1080p. Huh. So I'm viewing the stream live on a different computer on my Chromebook. Maybe my Chromebook just can't send it to 1080p. Only text from Afterburner is legible. Well, that's the most important text.
Just trying it on my phone. Yeah, I'm gonna get 720p. Yeah, sorry guys. We'll try and get it to 1080p next time. Right, I've got no cap now. It's a bit better, isn't it?
Enable group HD is the feature. Hold on, give me 2 minutes, because if this is a button, then that would be really awesome. It looks like it could be just a button.
That'd be good. Oh, right, I'm jump master. Right, I'm flying you in, Justin.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll just cancel that.
Yeah. Well, so I think we'll play with outside of the stream, get everyone in.
Yeah, the Afterburner text is the most important thing to see on
Yeah.
here anyways. You'll need to see us in HD. It's not pretty.
Right. What are you getting, Justin? I've got 175 frames per second now.
I'm getting 250 right now.
Wow.
You're in a different spot than I am. Let me go over
It's
there.
straight to you now, and you're just outside here. Right, 180 yards. Still a lot higher than me.
Did you have a hotkey within your
Yeah,
afterburner
hold on.
settings that resets the?
It's not showing my average though for some reason. I've got it selected.
272 is pretty good.
Yeah, you got some amazing there.
Let's see, what did I get last year on Apex?
You've got you're getting higher. I mean, you're at 1740 megahertz, so I'm getting 1560. And I'm getting about 120 to 140 watts, and you're 165.
Oh, so it's just not
But
pushing your
look at that,
GPU
my
where it should be.
CPU, I'm getting 62 watts on my CPU, and you've got 30.
That's so weird that it's trying to pull
It's
so
boosted
much.
my CPU for some reason.
I guess it sees your i9 and it's like,
Yeah,
oh,
if you look at my i9 is boosted so much more.
it thinks, oh, I want to do so much with that, and then it realizes that
Yeah.
it's a GPU heavy game.
I think it's something I'm gonna have to play with. Maybe I could cap the CPU and try and boost the GPU. Right.
So last year I got 252 in Apex Legends. So this is a pretty decent jump. Going from the 3080 to the 3080 Ti. 156 watts, 79 degrees. CPU 76 degrees. So not getting too hot.
Yeah.
My Forza temperatures were crazy.
Yeah, the Forza was nuts, wasn't it? My CPU is about 8 in the 80s. What's yours? Again, yeah, I'm boosting. I'm like
my
doubling
CPU
your
is
wattage.
75 degrees.
Look at your.
So you're
CPU.
doubling the wattage for only 5 degrees higher. That's
mental.
not bad, but yeah,
My
that's
clock
weird.
speed is like 4 gigahertz, and you're like 2.3. That's really odd.
Huh. We're both running the same version of Afterburner too, because we just downloaded it directly from the site.
Yeah.
That is interesting.
Yeah, I think the Lucas. I think the CPU is pulling down my GPU wattage. Me doing the X15R2. I'm doing the X17R2 first, then the X15R2, if that's all right.
Is it because the dedicated CPU from the i9? Oh, GPU. Well, both of us are using dedicated GPUs right now.
Yeah.
Looks like you need to do a reboot, Infinite says. If you've rebooted your machine with that, well, no.
I could, but the trouble is, if you just look, I think it's the fact that I'm just drawing so much more wattage on my CPU. Oh, didn't realize you were done. Check you don't have some. No, there's nothing. I've literally got nothing running in the back apart from MSI Afterburner.
Well, I think we probably reached your timeout of running Valorant. If you want to jump back into that.
Yeah, I can give it a try.
All right, let's go ahead and leave this.
Right, you coming out?
Yep.
Yeah, I think the biggest problem is it's just the wattage that I'm pulling on my CPU. I mean, it's 60. I'm doubling your wattage, and I think it's pulling down my GPU for some reason.
Yeah, I don't know why it's pushing it so hard.
It's mental.
I don't think that 12th gen CPUs have been optimized properly in Windows yet. It's like they don't know how to deal with the efficiency versus the performance.
I could certainly give that a go. I could try now.
Yeah.
If you want me to.
That makes sense. Yeah, if you want to do that.
Yeah, give me 2 seconds then.
It's actually a pretty good idea. Just kind of
Yeah, that's what you used to do with the old 10th gen.
narrow down what the problem could be.
I can't remember.
I'm still terrified by the Legion's hinge design that broke after 6 months. Well, the
That
latest,
was the old one.
yeah, the latest 7i is a completely redesigned hinge.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I did an unboxing of the Legion 7i and did a whole bunch of editing on it, and then realized the ending part where I usually do like a sneak peek to show you actual gameplay and stuff didn't actually work. And I kept getting a whole bunch of blue screens, so I had to send it back, and I never was able to finish that one. I don't know if I want to order it again when there's just this next generation coming out. I'm just gonna wait.
You know when it's coming out, I've not heard anything about it coming out.
Oh, I mean, I think it's just, yeah, I don't know if it's coming out soon, but I feel like the tide has passed on posting a new video about that and it getting enough views to be worth it right now. I mean, it might, but I've just got so many other newer ones that I need to finish.
Can't cap the wattage.
Oh, they won't let you cap it in throttle stop?
No. Let's have a look, see if I can change the multipliers. No, I can undervolt, but I can't. The trouble is I don't think it's fully optimized for 12th gen yet. I've got the latest beta, and I can actually undervolt, but I cannot. I wonder if I can turn turbo off. I can't change any of the multipliers. I can't cap it. Disable turbo. Let's see if I can do that at least. Bear with me. Yeah. Okay. So what I've done is I've just capped disable turbo boost. So do you want to just fire up Apex and just see if that's affected it?
Yeah, I'll jump back in there.
Right. Yeah, I can't actually cap the TDP in the CPU yet in throttle stop. So I've just disabled turbo boost for the moment, just to give that a try. See what wattage that pulls. X15R2 next week. Right, so yeah, my wattage is now like 30. It's very similar to what you had, 30 odd watts.
Fortunately, there's no way to turn off the E-cores on laptops. I saw someone in the comments of some video that said that you can do that.
I think you might be able to do it in BIOS. I think I've seen it in BIOS. I could have a look at that.
So what's the point of that? I'm guessing turning that off gives you more power.
Yeah, there's a few bugs with the E-cores apparently in certain games.
I'm wondering if that's my issue with Tomb Raider.
Yeah, it could well be, but then mine is okay, which is odd. Yeah, they haven't optimized throttle stop properly for 12th gen yet. It's I've got the latest beta. It's at least I can undervolt, but that's about all I can do.
Wait, did it automatically put me in a game?
I think you're in a game, aren't you?
What? I didn't click on anything.
I'll have a look at the BIOS as I've got the i9, so I have got options to muck around with the CPU in mine.
There we go.
Brilliant, thank you.
Yeah, when I was doing benchmarks on the R13, when I was needing to watch my kid, I was literally taking that from my bedroom back and forth.
Oh, that's painful.
To the kitchen table. And then it gets so loud. The R13 got so loud that when I did bring it back in the room, I couldn't do it overnight because it would keep my wife up.
I'm ready, Justin, whenever you are. Yeah, you want something a bit smaller, don't you, really? Little Dan case or something. The one nice thing about PCs are that you are usually quieter if you tweak them, which is something I do like about PCs still. Just get hold of the components at the moment. Right, let's see if this is any better.
Yeah, I think 4K at 60 frames per second looks great. Honestly, once we get into these really high numbers, it does get kind of pointless. And I don't think most people understand that when they go to the movies, they're watching 24 frames per second. So when you're getting double that at 60 frames per second, that's still looks pretty smooth.
Yeah, I think it depends on the game you're playing as well, though, because if you are playing something like Apex or CSGO, having the higher refresh rate does help. It's something if I'm playing a simulation or a strategy, then 4K 60 I'm absolutely happy with, but I wouldn't want to play this 4K 60. I'd much rather 100 frames per second if I can help it.
Fastly moving games, yeah, you can tell a difference. The strobing effect is not fun. Let's go.
Yeah, Joe, I've not really played much with DLSS. I need to have a look at that more. Right. I mean, look at this. I'm getting 120 watts on my GPU, and you're getting 160. There's something seriously wrong with this one. My temps are good. My temps are 65, and yours are 80 on your GPU.
Oh wow.
Something not quite right with this. I'm gonna have to have a play with this one.
So it's hard to know whether it's a GPU issue or a CPU issue.
Well, now I've got my CPU capped. I'm at 30 watts, which is similar to what you are. But my GPU is not boosted anymore. So it's not the fact that it's sharing the load.
What's your frames per second right now?
190.
Okay, so I got 199 for my average.
Yeah, okay. But even so, I mean, you are boosting well ahead of me. You're getting a solid 165, 100, yeah, and I'm getting a solid 125. Yeah, there's something seriously wrong with my GPU. I'm gonna have to have a play with this. It's not even temps related. If you look at my temps, it's much lower than Justin's. Justin's running at 80 degrees. I'm running at 65. It's really odd.
What's your GPU percentage set to, or at right now? Its usage.
90%. But it was up at 100% earlier on. Oh, sorry. Yeah, hold on. Which one's which? Yeah, it's about 90%, isn't it?
Wait, yeah. I'm getting 2 percentages too. I'm guessing 90. The higher number. What's the other? What's the other number?
Tuner.
That might be the fans.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, because definitely that's in the same column as the CPU, which is that's definitely the usage.
I have to be honest, it does feel a bit like a Dell lottery at the moment. Yeah, we've both got the 3080 Ti's, so realistically, both our GPUs should be boosted to 160 plus watts, and I am only 120. So I'm going to have a look into this, I think.
All right, was there anything else? I think that pretty much covers everything we were gonna.
Yeah, I think it does really.
Yeah. But yeah, guys, let us know in the comments, in the chat. We'll still read everything that you guys say after this. Any questions that you have, we'll address more of that in our full reviews. Dave has the X15 as well, so he's going to be doing a review on that. Make sure to subscribe to his channel to get all the content that he's going to be creating. He's got more machines from Alienware in stock, so you'll definitely want to see how those all compare. We're going to be doing the M17, the newest M17 once that comes out. Hopefully we'll be able to get a 1080p stream going for that, and have more consistent numbers with that model. But yeah, anyways, thank you guys for watching. And
yeah, thank you very much.
That's it.
And thank you, Justin, as well. Thanks for setting this up.
Thanks, David.
Speak to you all soon.